Muy buenas tardes, muchas gracias. Mi nombre es Arturo Mendoza Larios, gerente general de TDM, y para nosotros es un placer estar el día de hoy contigo haciéndote la demostración en vivo del Versa Mediabar de ClearOne, que es un equipo de videoconferencia. Nos acompaña Fausto Purín. Fausto es el director para América Latina de ventas de ClearOne y contamos con su presencia. Él tiene más de 20 años en la industria de la videoconferencia y tiene mucho conocimiento y experiencia. Y también está con nosotros Chris Weiss, que él está como el responsable del centro de demostraciones de ClearOne en Salt Lake City. Él nos va a hacer la demostración en vivo y él habla en inglés. Entonces, cualquier pregunta que tú tengas, ya sea Fausto o yo, la vamos a traducir para Chris. Chris va a hacer la presentación en, en inglés y va a hacer la demostración. Entonces, pues muchas gracias por estar el día de hoy con nosotros. Adelante, Fausto. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Thank you very much, Chris, for being with us. Go on, Fausto.
Bueno, muy buenas tardes a todos. Muchas gracias por estar en el webinar. Como indicó Arturo, les vamos a presentar un producto de ClearOne. Tenemos una extensa línea de productos. Le vamos a presentar un producto que se llama el Versa Mediabar, que es un all-in-one de periféricos de videoconferencia que se puede utilizar con cualquier sistema de videoconferencia, cualquier software de videoconferencia, como sea Zoom, Teams, BlueJeans, Starleaf, Google y varios otros. Arturo, una pregunta, ¿cómo puedo compartir?
Aquí te voy a hacer Make a Presenter. Ahí ya puedes compartir.
Es que no veo el botón de compartido. Ahora sí.
Ajá.
Entonces, voy a compartir algunos slides solo para que se sepa de lo que estamos hablando. Entonces, ahí ya ven el Versa Mediabar, la foto del Versa Mediabar, que como decía es un sistema all-in-one de periféricos de videoconferencia. Es destinado a las salas de reunión de pequeñas y medias dimensiones, o sea, podemos alcanzar algo como una sala de 4 o 5 metros de largo por igual de ancho. ¿Okay? Está específicamente diseñado para estos ambientes. Puede ser que en determinados ambientes se pueda alcanzar un poco más o un poco menos, dependiendo de la disposición, dependiendo de la mesa. Necesita una única conexión USB al PC y con eso ya lleva tanto la cámara cuanto el sonido de los micrófonos, cuanto el sonido para los altavoces integrados. Como comentamos, es un sistema que tiene la capacidad de trabajar en salas de 5 por 5, 4 por 4 metros de ancho y de largo, porque tiene una cámara de ángulo de captura, field of view, de 110 grados. Es una cámara 4K y es una cámara que tiene un zoom de 4 veces, de 4X. Entonces, podemos utilizar el zoom a su capacidad máxima sin perder resolución respecto a la resolución Full HD. Tiene dos maneras de buscar las personas. Una es el people tracking, people framing, y la otra es el voice tracking. O sea, son dos mecanismos que permiten a la cámara con su inteligencia, de decidir si enfoca a las personas, si hay varias personas dentro de la sala, o si se concentra solamente en la persona que está hablando o las personas que están hablando. Que son dos funcionalidades que pueden ser habilitadas o deshabilitadas. Tiene 4 micrófonos integrados que proporcionan un beam forming, o sea, también trabajan por lóbulos o por zonas. Tienen su anulador de eco integrado, reducción de ruido integrada y cancelamiento y control automático de ganancia. ¿Okay? Los altavoces que están integrados son altavoces potentes con su amplificador, exactamente para cubrir tranquilamente la sala de 4x4 o 5x5 que comentamos. ¿Ok? Y además de todo eso, también puede parearse con un celular, con un móvil, por Bluetooth, para que se transforme en viva voz en manos libres del teléfono. O sea, que la persona puede entrar en la sala con su teléfono, está hablando con alguien y quiere que eso se pueda escuchar en la sala y se pueda captar por varias personas, basta parearlo con el Versa Mediabar. Entonces, como comenté, es un periférico, todo integrado, que se conecta a un PC que esté funcionando bajo Zoom, bajo Teams, bajo Webex, Google Meet, varios otros softwares de colaboración. ¿Ok? Esa es una presentación muy rápida del sistema. Es claro que cualquier pregunta, cualquier duda, cualquier curiosidad, estamos acá para contestar. Y sin más, le voy a dejar a Chris el control para que pueda hacer una demo en real del producto, para que vean a distancia lo que el producto puede hacer, tanto con las personas que comenté como con la tecnología. Chris, I think that
Yes.
it's up to you now.
Okay. Yeah, very good. My name is Christopher Weiss. I'm here in Salt Lake City at ClearOne's headquarters. You are seeing me and hearing me through the Versa Mediabar. It is covering the entirety of our boardroom. The boardroom's measurements are 6 meters this way, 7 meters this way. Let me zoom out a little bit so that you can see the room. Okay, and there it is. Go ahead and stand up, and I'll just walk around the table a little bit and let you hear the media bar perform. So it's about 2 meters from me now, and I can just walk around. The audio should be coming to you very clearly, no matter where I am. I can just walk around. If I were in any of these seats, I'll be heard very well. And obviously, as I walk around and present and stand, my audio should still be very good. Now, I'm using the remote control here. I'll go ahead and show you the remote.
Chris,
the remote control, yeah.
Chris, one thing that is amazing is that while you walk around, you are getting from, let's say, 1.5 meters to 6 meters away from the camera and
Yes.
of the device, not the camera, the device. And
Yeah.
the audio sounds pretty much the same. This is amazing.
Yes, absolutely. I'll go and stand in the corner. And even here as I stand, probably about, like Fausto said, about 5, maybe 6 meters away. Even here at this distance, my audio should be coming through very, very nicely. I just wanted to give you kind of a general audio test and let you hear the media bar in a small or medium-sized environment like I'm in. Probably that's really the size of the room that you would want, maybe 5, maybe more meters, 5.5 meters. The loudspeaker that's built in, the microphone, and the camera are really all configured to work at that distance or less. Okay, what I'll do, I did want to show you the remote again, just kind of quickly, just to show you how easy it is to use. And hopefully I'm not shouting, but I'll be using the remote here to turn on a couple of features that are quite useful. First off, I'll turn on speaker tracking. You want to come join, Ryan? Maybe Sure. over here. So Ryan Turner is here with me. He's joining. Now, what I've done with the remote, I have enabled speaker tracking. And what that means is the device, by virtue of its beamformer and the AI technology in the camera, is working to identify the person in the room that's talking. Okay, so that's why the camera is looking at me. But Ryan can start speaking, and we'll see the camera move over and look at him.
Sure, I can certainly do that. Hey, everybody, how's it going? Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Ryan. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
And
Hello,
there we
Ryan.
go.
How are you?
Good, good.
So we did see the camera go and look at Ryan, and now we'll see it go and look at me. If there's a pause in the conversation, you'll see the camera zoom out and frame both of us. Okay? In speaker tracking mode, it's either looking at the person talking, or it's going into what you might call auto framing, where it will see everyone within that 110-degree field of view and show, using that AI technology, it will recognize faces and show everyone there in that field of view.
What it amazes me, it is that you are 6 meters away, more or less. I mean, you are on Ryan, and you are about what, 6 meters away from the Versa Mediabar?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we're a little closer.
We're about 3 meters, 3.5 meters away.
Right. So the media bar is about 2 meters from the wall. And right now, like Ryan said, we're probably about 3.5, maybe 4 meters. I'm probably 4 meters as I stand here.
4 meters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but it is, we hear you very, very well.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, we were doing a bit of A/B testing before the call started. We were moving between the 360 and this bar. And this bar doesn't sound as good as the 360. You know, it sounds really good though. It sounds like the 360 just at a little bit more distance than what we have in here.
Indeed.
So yeah, we're demonstrating speaker tracking now, where the camera looks at the person talking. I'll push the home button. That will reset the device, essentially. I'll go ahead and push the auto framing button, and we'll see much of the same behavior that we saw before. We'll see the camera come and frame all of the people in the room. Now, as we kind of test the camera here, Ryan has stepped out of frame. We'll see the camera work to bring him in, and I'll do the same. I'm not using the remote, by the way. I'll put that down. I'll step out of frame here on purpose, and then we'll see the camera working to identify me, to keep me in frame.
Which is excellent for any room
basically-
where the number of people scales.
Basically, Chris, what you are saying is that in speaker tracking, the camera will try to focus on the speaker, on the person that is talking.
Yes.
And if
correct.
2 persons are talking at the same time, or alternatively in sequence, the camera will put both of you, the three of you into the frame, but based on the voice. While in people tracking, the camera will just place faces into the picture, regardless if they are talking
Yes.
or not. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. So probably in this mode, the camera is going to be moving less, and that may be desirable. You may sit at the table and want one view, but maybe you do want the camera to follow the conversation. And in that case, you would go to that speaker tracking mode. To go back and forth between the modes, I find with the remote to just push the home button to take you back to the default baseline setting, and then push the mode that you want, whether that be auto framing or speaker tracking. Another thing I wanted to show all of you was our presets. So there are 3 presets that you can assign, and I'll go ahead and call the first one which will go ahead and look there at the head of the table. And I can call other presets. I don't think I've actually set the presets. Let me have it look over here, and then we'll have it look up a little bit. So that could be preset number 2. So I'll go ahead and set that. And just with those 2 presets, now we can go back and forth with the head of the table and then looking in this direction. So the presets are quite nice as well. Again, I'll just push the home button to take us back to that home view. Fausto, Arturo?
How many presets
Yeah, go
are
ahead.
there? How many
3.
presets are there? 3.
Yes, 3. Also on the remote is a volume control to turn up the loudspeaker on the unit, as well as video and audio mute. And that can be quite nice. You know, I can just easily mute my video there and mute my audio. There's a nice LED ring around the camera, and if you have muted the audio, it will turn red. So you will be very aware that you're in a mute state.
Excellent. Can you describe the size of the camera and where it's mounted?
Yeah, so our media bar, just the dimensions of the bar, it's not very big. It's maybe about a ½ meter wide. You can mount it under a display. You can mount it on a bracket. You can put it on a tripod. In our case, just for our demonstration, we've just rested it on the table. So it's basically kind of a waist, you know, about maybe a meter off of the ground. The camera is centered in the device. So you have the camera in the middle, and then on one side you have the loudspeaker, and on the other you have your 4-element microphone array. Okay, so yeah, what we're seeing there is mounted underneath. Yeah, and I think that's the most typical configuration that I've seen, is people mounting it under the display to get a good view. Even with our demonstration right now, it's a little bit low. If it were mounted higher at the bottom of the display, it would be a better view of people sitting. Because right now, a lot of the screen is just the table.
Yeah, unfortunately, we already have a camera there.
Yeah, yeah, we don't have a place to mount it.
Yeah, I
there
appreciate that. We appreciate that you put together this demo for us. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Excellent. And the good news is that Arturo has this in inventory, isn't it, Arturo? Tenemos para venta inmediata, ¿no?
Yes, we have some.
Okay.
Perdona, sí tenemos. Me quedé en el inglés. Sí tenemos varios. There is a question about the Bluetooth that Fausto mentioned. And the Bluetooth, we can have one or the other. I mean, we can have a video conference call with the audio, or we can have the cellular through Bluetooth, and then through the cellular we can have it. We cannot have the bridge. Can you explain a little bit about it?
Yeah, so typically you'll use the device and transmit your audio and video over USB. You would just plug it into your computer and use the video conferencing, you know, your call there using the media bar in that way with USB. But you could also use the media bar via Bluetooth. Okay, and in that case, really what you would be doing is having an audio call. So if you're not worried about video, you could just do an audio call only. And what you would do in that case, you would switch it to Bluetooth mode on the media bar and go ahead and make your call. Your audio would come through the microphone on the media bar, and the person that you're talking to, their audio would come through the loudspeaker on the media bar. So it's quite simple to use in that way. Just to be clear, like Arturo said, it's going to be one or the other. You'll either be doing a USB call like we're doing now, or you could hang up and then change the mode of the device and use it as a Bluetooth device. It is not a bridging instrument. It's not going to let you do USB and Bluetooth at the same time.
And you can connect any Blue device like the cellular. You just pair it as you pair with a speaker, and then you are on the conference. And if you do it from your cellular, you have the call using the audio, the speaker, and the microphone from Versa Mediabar.
Yeah, that's right. If it were in Bluetooth mode, I could just open my phone and scroll through and find the media bar as a Bluetooth device to connect.
Ok.
So
Arturo, ¿tenemos algo más que mostrar? Yo creo que ya lo hicimos todo.
Pues está muy claro. No sé si haya aquí alguna pregunta. Aquí nada más tengo una pregunta. ¿Cuál es la diferencia, nos repiten de nuevo, entre el auto-framing y el speaker? La tecnología. If you could explain once again the difference between auto-framing and speaker. And I would add, what would you recommend to use out of both presentation modes?
Okay, so first I'll talk about auto framing. Auto framing is AI technology through the video. The video will it's designed to see human faces. And if you think about our camera, which has a 110-degree field of view, as long as people in the room are within that field of view, the camera will see those faces and work to recognize those faces and be sure that they are a part of the video display.
Also, just interject with the auto framing mode, during the meeting, there's going to be a lot less camera motion.
Exactly.
Which might be the preference if you are worried about it being distracting to a call.
Exactly. I think, right, if we're talking about benefits, I think that is a benefit of the auto framing is once people have, come in and sat down and the meeting has started, the camera is not really going to be moving unless someone gets up and moves. We'll have a nice fixed position and everyone at the table will be visible. If we were to,
if we can put this in a single statement, auto framing is meant to put all the people into the room into the frame, regardless if they are speaking or not.
Yes.
Can you say it like this?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right. So if we were to switch to speaker tracking, the camera would, instead of looking at everyone, it would look at the person that is talking. And as we said before, if two people are in the room, and as we demonstrated, we'll have the camera looking at the person talking. If Ryan starts talking, then the camera would go and look at him. So it will follow the conversation back and forth. We will see the camera working and moving. That will be up to you if that's an advantage or not. You can decide maybe just on your experience.
So again, putting this in a single statement, speaker tracking will focus or will try to focus in the person or the persons that are speaking, regardless of the number of the persons that are into the room. So the camera is just taking care of the people that is actually speaking, right?
Right, which will result in a much closer shot of somebody's face, an individual's face, but maybe more distracting because now it's going to be actively moving the camera view during the meeting quite a bit more.
I can imagine a couple of scenarios for that. I can imagine, for example, a classroom usage where the camera is picking up the teacher all the time. Because this is what the teacher may want, or the school may decide that should be like this. And this will be speaker tracking, because we are not taking care of all the people that are into the classroom. And in the other hand, I can imagine a scenario where we are talking about I don't know, a board meeting or something like this, that is important to have everybody framed into the picture, to make sure that everybody is showing their image to all the attendees. Just a couple of scenarios. I mean, we can imagine a lot of scenarios, but this is just to make a difference between one way and the other way of operation. Sorry.
Okay, we don't have any more questions. Is there something that you would like to add, Ryan, Chris, or Fausto, before we end the webinar?
I don't think so.
Fausto?
No tengo más observaciones. Solo decir y repetir, como mencionado antes, la Versa Mediabar es uno de los productos de ClearOne. Tenemos varios otros productos que van de sistemas más sencillos, solo de audio o solo de vídeo, cámaras y speakerphones, por ejemplo, hasta sistemas mucho más elaborados, avanzados para auditorios, salas de clases híbridas, como pueden ser los micrófonos de techo. Entonces, para cualquier otra explicación sobre estos sistemas, ya hicimos algunos webinars con Arturo que están grabados, y cualquier otra pregunta o duda sobre los otros sistemas, también Arturo está a la disposición. ¿Cierto, Arturo?
Sí, claro que sí. Pues muchas gracias. A mí realmente de esta demostración lo que más me maravilla es la calidad de audio. Yo creo que todos de nosotros pues tenemos una experiencia bastante larga en las videoconferencias, y que se mueve Chris por todos lados y se escucha, al menos nosotros escuchamos muy bien, y seguro que también a través de la bocina Chris y Ryan están escuchando muy bien, y se mueve uno en cualquiera, y pues el objetivo de cualquier reunión es concentrarse en los objetivos de la reunión, en los problemas que hay que resolver, y en las salas de este tipo de salas de 5 metros por 5 metros, pues la solución del Versa Mediabar realmente es una solución que te ayudará a resolver de raíz tus problemas de audio y video en tus salas de junta, ¿no? Entonces creo que esta demostración nos ha hecho favor de hacer Chris y Fausto y Ryan, pues nos demuestra que te podemos ayudar a ti a resolver de raíz tus problemas de audio y video en este tamaño de salas hasta 5 por 5. Pues muchas gracias. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you very much, Paul. I do appreciate the time that you have taken to show to our people what we can do for them.
Of course.
Thanks for the opportunity of talking about our products.
Thank you very much. De Juárez.
Thank you. Have a nice
Bye,
day.
Ryan. Saludos, Arturo.
See you guys.
Gracias a todos. Un saludo.
Gracias a todos.